Hello, and welcome back to the Atlanta YouTube channel. My name is Christopher, and I'm gonna try to use that intro a lot more, like where it just says our name and stuff. I'm gonna try to, however, sometimes I'll just forget, but yeah. Anyway, welcome back, and today's video, it is a very, very rainy day here in Minecraft. Yes, lots of rain. But today we're doing another update. But if you look at the map a little bit, you can kind of tell what got changed. So here we have the parking deck, or at least the first parking deck for the server. Ooh, or well, I guess the build. It is very, very nice. And actually, I am going to turn down the audio for the rain because it is loud. Just give me one moment. Just gonna turn down some of the sound a little bit. Alright, there we go. So you can hear my voice and not just hear rain, because this rain is very, very loud for some reason. I don't know why. Anyway, so here is the parking deck for the build. As you can see, we're already starting to put in some parking spaces. Now, granted, this is still a work in progress. Something I would like to show off is how I built this. So basically, this is how the cars will be able to get to the second level. Now, I was wondering for a while how to make an incline when everything is just blocks. But so what I figured out was the fact that if you use a staircase to change up the level, you'll be able to do it gradually. So I did think that was very nice. Now, granted, I will put in some lighting and stuff right later. But for right now, it is kind of dark a little bit. It's like almost like noir because of how it's all gray and white. Very interesting. Anyway. So, the parking spaces are going to be going upwards to the different levels as well as just on the levels right here. The pillars and the corners, I will make them into stairwells and elevator shafts. Just so you know, like if you're like on the top floor, you don't have to go all the way down. Now this isn't going to be the top floor. I think I'm going to build at least a few more floors. But this is what the top floor would look like once it reaches that point. I mean, we'll build up these a little bit just to make it easier to get into the elevator shafts and into the stairwells. Plus, I have been thinking of an idea of putting like one of the I'm looking at it, I'm blanking the word, solar panels. Pulling a solar panel on top of each of the things, it's probably not going to have enough power to run the elevators, but it might have enough power to run the lights. We can definitely have those on a solar, not a solar battery, but like, have it on like a clock where basically it'll turn on after a certain time or whatever. Plus, over here, might turn these into handicap spots, just so we have a couple of extra handicaps right over here. What I'm also going to work on is expanding the road a little bit to kind of extend a little bit more. We have this big area right here. I'm not sure exactly what to put into this area. But if any of you have an idea, you can definitely leave it in the comments. We plotted out the land for the second building, or I guess the third building. The second office building, I would say. We have the second office building right over here. This is where that's going to be, and then this is where the second parking deck is going to be. And again, just like the other one, excuse me, on the other side, we have this big empty space. I might just put some trees or something over here just to kind of, beautify it, make it seem more lively. Kind of like what we have over here, where we have these trees along the pathway over here. And then probably for the entertainment side, push it over onto this area. Now, there was a idea of what to put over here, which was to put one of the studios, like a soundstage over here. However, I do feel like it would be, not that it would be jarring, but I definitely would say that it would definitely not mesh well, at least on this side. It's a good idea in theory, but I feel like more the entertainment and everything should be on this side. While this is kind of focusing on the esports, having the rest of it on this side would be great. Um, I'm trying to think if there's any other developments. I've not really made any developments on the inside of this building here. Definitely, I will get to this eventually, but for right now, I'll just kind of getting some of the the outskirts of it, developed, just so we can kind of, and then, get the bigger buildings out of the way, and then we can work on the more interior stuff later, once we have everything sort of put together. I did mark out the middle, over here. So this is the exact middle to line up with the entryway for the esports building. So that way we can either put the entertainment building right here, which will, I said this in a previous video, but it'll probably be something close to this, just not in this design. So it'll probably be around this size, but it'll look more kind of like this, where, you got offices, and then you got, like, a bunch of desks and chairs and whatnot. Like a typical sort of office layout, and not just looking, all super cool like this. Because this is technically the flagship building. It's got the most unique design interior. And, this is where most people will be coming for, is to see this building. And probably, I'm not going to put another cafeteria over on that one, because it wouldn't make sense to have two cafeterias, or like dining halls, or food courts, or whatever. But definitely, this is definitely good. But like, they can walk over here, get the food, and then just go back to, their office or whatnot, around, the campus facility, whatever. So definitely what we're gonna do is, oh hey look, the rain stopped. Finally. It's raining for like 20 minutes. But anyway, so we're definitely, once we finish out the buildings on this side, or at least putting the layouts for the buildings, then we'll definitely start moving closer on this side. So definitely stay tuned for that. And we are still going to be doing the esports arena. It's still going to be over here. I just need to figure out what I want it to look like. So I'll definitely be looking into different arena setups. Not only just from like esports, but also just event venues that I have personally been to or I have seen online, to kind of get some ideas of how can we make this look good. So I'll probably be looking into stuff like that. But overall, that is it for today's video. Also, I just want to make a quick announcement that I will not be in this space much longer at the time of me recording this video. So at the time of me recording this, I will be moving back into the dorms in a few days. I may have one other video planned to record before that, but this video is the last one for right now. Well, probably I'll be back in the space in a couple of months, closer to May. But for right now, I'm gonna be going back into the dorms like what we did with the first couple videos. So, hope you all enjoy the video. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, and whatnot. And we will see you all in the next video. Take care.